Reactivity is a normal process that most of us go through and periodically. And when we can become aware that we're being reactive, or think back to a time where something was going on and we weren't particularly pleased with our behaviors in whatever the interaction was, reactivity seems to raise its head a little bit. Having an awareness of it, developing an awareness of reactivity and how it shows up, what it feels like, feeling our way into it can be useful, so that then in the future, in moments of reactivity, somehow we can find this space, an opportunity to just slow things down a little bit or to pause them so that we can become more responsive rather than reactive. So what's reactivity look like? It can certainly be the extreme things of punching a fist through the wall, yelling and screaming at somebody, violence, saying or doing things off the cuff, very instantaneous, very impulsive. It can be as minimal as having a thought, an internal thought, and then having the body react to it. Might be a sense of anxiety or tension or frustration. We'll constantly be attached to emotions somehow, and also to body sensations. So in this practice, it'll be a guided practice of going in to recall some moment of past reactivity where there was an awareness that you may have, in retrospect, said, maybe I overreacted to that, or maybe I was reactive rather than responsive. That wasn't me. That's not what I would have liked to have done. And we'll take a deep dive into it. And an invitation here is, if it, at any moment during this practice, if it starts to become overwhelming or unbearable, to be gentle with yourself and release the practice, to open the eyes if they've been closed, to maybe ground the feet to the floor, even to turn this off and take a walk, and to give yourself some space. But the invitation is not to recall the most challenging, most struggling time that you've ever experienced, but one that on a scale of 0 to 10 might land at a 4 or a 5. Something that may have in the past, when you think about it even, you can start to feel maybe some of the emotions and sensations in the body that are coming up. So with that, settling in, the invitation is to find a comfortable seated position, one that tends to lend the body a sense of dignity, uprightness, support. Finding support in the chair or in the seat in which you're sitting. Simply closing the eyes if that's comfortable. If not, maybe gently allowing the eyes to softly land out in front. Then taking a couple of breaths, fully inflating the lungs, maybe with a long exhale. And allowing the body to settle in and breathe. Allowing the body to breathe itself. Nothing to do with the breath, other than simply noticing that there's a body and this body is breathing. The invitation now is to bring this memory into awareness in exquisite detail, if possible. The possibility of recalling when this thing happened, where it happened, if there were other people involved. Could be that you were alone, could be you were accompanied by someone, might involve conflict or not. Simply bringing into awareness a moment of that you might deem to be a reactive moment. Sensing in the difference between being reactive and being responsive. As recall of this memory is present, the invitation now is to holding the memory in awareness, reminding the self that you're here now, in this moment, that this is simply a memory. Settling in, allowing the memory to play through, possibly like watching a movie or pushing rewind on a tape. Then checking in, recalling what this body was doing when this original event occurred. What position was it in? Was it standing? Was it sitting? Was it lying down? Down on hands and knees, crawling on the floor, rolling on the ground. Was there movement in this body during this event? Simply recalling it. Maybe standing or sitting or running or dancing or fighting or some other activity. Simply noticing what activity was this body going through when this event occurred. Recalling that there might be direction. Was the body holding anything? Recalling the sensations that might have come into the body in the form of visceral sensations. Continuing to remind yourself that this is a recall, and yet you're here now in this moment. Continuing on, recalling the lighting that was present. Was it light? Was it dark? Daytime or nighttime? Natural lighting or artificial lighting or a combination of lighting? What other visual memories come into awareness? The sense of color or textures, the visual senses of and memories of movement around this body at the time of this memory. Shapes, the images of other people or the absence of people. Whatever comes in through the visual memory. And then recalling also the sounds that might have been present. Words spoken or sounds, music, natural sounds out of nature, mechanical sounds, human-made sounds. Maybe even sounds that came from within this body during this memory. Recalling also the sense of touch, the sense of the air on the skin, the temperature, the warmth or coolness of the air, the presence or absence of a breeze or wind, humidity, wetness, dryness. Recalling the clothing that might have been worn. Recalling how the skin may have been exposed to air or covered, protected. Also checking in with the memory or recall if aromas and taste might have been present. Aromas, the sense of smell and taste often go together, go hand in hand. For some, even difficult to distinguish. Simply recalling, was there an aroma or smell or odor present along with any taste, or was any taste lingering in the mouth at the time of this recall? And now recalling with more detail, what was going on? What were the actions that this body was going through? What were the behaviors? What were the decisions being made? Were things coming fast or slow? Did it seem as though that there was no time to make a decision, that somehow this body simply reacted? It moved, it did something, it froze, some action occurred. Simply recalling that also. Examining if any emotions may have been present or into awareness at the time or shortly after. With reactivity, it's not uncommon to become aware that we reacted, that we moved, we did something, and then we felt something. Sometimes we feel something, feel the emotion, feel the sensations in the body, and then physically react. Examining this. What enters awareness in the recall as to what came first? Is it an action, a thought, an emotion, a behavior? And continuing with a reminder that this is a recall, that this body is here now, in this moment. Simply recalling an event. And now checking in with the body. The invitation is to gently nudge awareness and attention into this moment, acknowledging that there is a memory, yet there's something present with the body now, possibly starting at the head and guiding attention and awareness down through the body to the toes and back up. Sensing in with body position, noticing any tensions or tightness or clinging or clenching that might be present, or the absence of tension and tightness. Is there stillness in the body? Is there a desire to want to move, to take action? Continuing to notice what's going on within the body, guiding attention into the visceral sensations, the gut sensations. Maybe sensing that there's a heart and the heart is beating. The diaphragm is moving with each breath. There's other sensations, comfortable or uncomfortable, within the body. And if at any time discomfort enters awareness, if there's something that can be done to ease the discomfort, for instance, maybe repositioning a hand or a foot or changing a seated position, honoring the body in doing that. Or maybe simply giving the area of the body that's offering the discomfort, offering the sensations, a soothing touch. And then examining further, is there an emotion present? Is there an awareness, a possibility of an emotion that might be present now? Can it be named? Possibly that there may be an emotion that's present and naming may not come easily. Examining the sensations and the feelings, the emotions that are present, comfortable or uncomfortable, ease or difficult. Simply being able to name it, that there's a presence, a body, a discomfort, an emotion, a feeling, a sense of ease, whatever's present now. The invitation is to say these words silently to yourself as I say them out loud. In the context that started with this recall of a memory, the sensations and the emotions and body sensations that are present now. With whatever I'm experiencing, comfortable or uncomfortable, easy or difficult, this is part of being human. I'm human. Others experience this also. I'm not alone. And if it feels right or safe, possibly offering the body a soothing touch where the sensations are the strongest, or maybe placing a hand over the heart. May I allow whatever I'm experiencing to be here on my heart with loving kindness, with an openness and a curiosity and a willingness to be with what is. Just to repeat it, whatever I'm experiencing is part of being human, comfortable or uncomfortable, easy or difficult. Others experience this also. May I allow this to be on my heart with loving kindness and an openness and curiosity and a willingness to be with what is. Continuing to breathe, simply noticing. And examining the sensations, the emotions, the thoughts that may be present. What story might they be offering? What are they needing? What are they needing from you? Or asking the self internally, what message is this telling me now as I remember this event so long ago? Creating new positive meaning around the recall of an event is part of healing, is part of moving forward. It's not that we necessarily forget, but with attention and awareness and a sense of self-compassion and possibly compassion for others also, we can construct a new meaning to carry forward with us. So once again, recalling this memory, simply allowing the memory to be present with an awareness of the body present now, with the sensations, the emotions, the thoughts that are present. The intricate interaction of all of it. And then simply releasing awareness of the recall of the memory in detail. The invitation now is to bring into awareness a person, an individual, that when you think of this person, it tends to bring a smile to your face. Imagine that this person is with you now. Imagine bringing into awareness that this person has nothing but loving and kind wishes for you. With each in-breath, breathing in these kind wishes. May you experience joy. May you experience joy and the roots of joy. May you be healthy. May you remain free of harm. May you experience equanimity, balance, and peace. May you live with ease, free of unnecessary pain and suffering. And shifting attention outwardly, offering loving and kind wishes back to this individual. With each out breath, sending loving kindness in the direction of this individual. May you experience joy in the roots of joy. May you experience health. May you be safe and free from harm. May you live with equanimity, balance, and peace. May you live with ease and find relief from pain and suffering. Continuing to sit with these loving and kind thoughts and exploring the possibility of we. May we experience joy. and the roots of joy. And if it's feeling right, possibly imagining and inviting others to join this original individual. Friends, co-workers, neighbors, community members. May we all experience health. May we all remain safe and free from harm. May we live with equanimity, balance, and peace. And may we all live with ease, free of pain and sorrow and suffering. Continuing to sit with this as long as it feels right. The invitation is to, with awareness, continue to direct attention and awareness to the breath, to the breathing. Gradually invite movement into the fingers and the toes, into the body. If the eyes have been closed, to begin to invite sight into the closed eyes with awareness and attention. And releasing the practice.